Okay, let's call to order a Park Board meeting for February 15th, 2024. Public comments, seeing none. Approval of minutes from January 18th. Is there a motion?
I move we approve the board minutes from 1/18/24.
And a second?
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of February claims. I move we approve the February claims.
Second that.
It's been moved and seconded to approve February claims. All those in favor signify with an aye. Aye. Approval of Human Resources Report. Marketing and Communications Coordinator.
Yes, so the first was, this is the time of year, well, starting next month, you'll start to see that report grow a lot, obviously, because we're hiring summer staff. And speaking of that, I think we have 30 lifeguard spots available, and 22 of them are coming back from last year,
Whoa,
which is
good.
huge to us.
Flex retention.
Yes.
Good.
That's exactly what it was. So that's a good deal, because normally, it wouldn't even be half that, so that's a good start for us, so that's really good. The Marketing and Communications Coordinator job we've had open for, I don't know, since mid-January. We had 60 resumes submitted. We interviewed 8 people. We knocked it down to 3 finalists. Holly and Courtney and Jamie will all be happy with me again, so.
Yeah. Old business, Franklin Active Adult Center project update.
We're down to the nitty-gritty stuff at that project now, so we're picking out door handles and locks, and I'm really down to the final pieces of it. It's still on track. The facility will probably close the end of April, potentially the middle of May. It just depends. It's going to be bid the 1st of May. It'll take them probably 3 or 4 weeks to get the contract, together and all that kind of stuff. So we may be able to keep it open all the way till the very end if we can, which might be the 3rd week of May. We've tweaked a few things in it. We've added things back into it that they originally took out to save money. Because we're going with different materials, which will save us money. So that was a good thing. We just had a meeting about the lighting and sound for the auditorium where our town players will perform. So we're getting into a lot of detail about stuff. So, Rock, anything I'm missing about that besides the other thing I needed to ask him?
I think that was about it as far as the nuts and bolts of it.
So Glenna, that's the Active Adult Center manager, has done, and Rock, let me give Rock some credit too, have done a great job trying to figure out what are we going to do for a year and a half when they're closed. We found a community partner that is willing to let us use their facility up to 4 days a week. Is that correct?
4 days a week during the summer, and then 2 days a week because they have preschool out there.
Yeah, and which church is it?
Turning Point,
It's Turning Point, so it's up on 31.
big parking lot.
Yeah, huge part. One of our concerns in the summertime is that when they have their luncheons, they could potentially have 100 people and 100 cars. Well, when you add in the aquatic center and the recreation center plus another 100 cars, that's going to become a huge issue in the summertime. So we found them an alternative place to do that. They love it because it's got a kitchen, access. Matter of fact, it's a bigger probably room than they're used to. I think the church, as part of the partnership, wants us to pay $100 a month, which I thought was very reasonable, to be able to access that facility. So if you're okay with that, I'm okay with that, and we'll move forward getting that.
Need a motion?
Yeah, if you would.
I move that we rent Turning Point while the Active Adult Center is under construction for $100 a month.
Second.
Those in favor? Aye.
And just to clarify, they'll go up in the fall, they'll go up there 2 days. They'll still come to the recreation center after the pool closes 2 days. So it'll still be 4 days a week like it normally is. We'll just split the time between the two of them, so.
Doesn't have a space for a theater, does it?
It doesn't. Now, I will tell you, no, our town players, they have been doing a good job too of finding alternative space, and they're going to do some performances at the Johnson County Museum.
Oh,
So, has offered their space for free, so.
it's kind of a cool space.
Yeah.
Great. My rec system update. How's it going?
If you could just take one of these and pass it down for me. So just so you know, I always want to keep you, especially the first few months, I'll give you an update about how we're doing with this new system. I can't say enough great things about it. Brooke may tell you something different, but as far as the registration aspect and the money aspect, we've had a few tweaks we need to make here and there. But with a couple of things I wanted to show you on this, and I wish I would have highlighted them. The very first one says credit card public. There have been 326 transactions online, and you remember before we had 0. So our revenue from just online things has been $67,000, and in basically 45 days that we've had it running. I also found some other ones interesting on here. If you go to the fourth one down, it says cash. We've had 801 transactions, and of all the business we've done, which is $208,000, only 10,000 of it's been cash, which shows you how highly, reliant we are on debit cards and credit cards nowadays. Which, if you go down to credit card totals, you'll see 125,771 have been credit card transactions. And then there again, in roughly 45 days, we've collected 208,343. So the system is running exactly like we hoped it would. We're getting a nice mix of people doing stuff online and in person. So I just thought it was really neat that we have that many people using it online so far.
Yeah. That is good. Any other comments from the board? Okay. Eclipse Festival planning update.
Yes, I'm sure you've seen, if you haven't seen it on our social media page, it's out there now, the 3-day festival we'll be doing on that Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. All kinds of things going on. The next thing we'll talk about is the balloon rides, which we just joked about. But there's a concert on Saturday. It's My Yellow Rickshaw, which is a really good band. All kinds of kids' activities and all those kinds. We'll have a beer garden, beer and wine garden on the Saturday and Sunday. We will not be doing that on Monday during the actual eclipse because we don't want to contribute to people now leaving in that situation. So I believe 19 food trucks will be down there. So even if you're from out of town and if we do get inundated by as many people as they say we're going to, it may inundate all the restaurants in town too. At least there's 19 alternatives down there that people can access to. Our staff will be working probably 40 hours in 3 days. We got something going. So there's some things at 8 o'clock in the morning all the way till 10 or 11 o'clock at night. So as far as the other festival planning, there's a lot of stuff going on. So there has been for a year a lot of police and fire and coordinating, meetings and all those kind of things. I think you're gonna, from this point on, you'll start to see a lot of that stuff come out on social media through the mayor's office and videos and all kinds of stuff to get people prepared. Because I think last number I saw, we should expect between 100 and 150,000 people at a minimum in Franklin that day. So
Insane.
could be more. Traffic could be crazy.
Are the Franklin schools closing?
They are closed. Yeah, that day.
So is Cummins Engine, which amazes me.
Wow.
We never close it.
Yeah, so they are encouraging, they're again people to be prepared. So if, at least us, if we need to go to the grocery store, go early. Because with that many people, and to gas up your car, same thing.
Yeah.
Because we know what it looks like when there's a wreck on 65.
Yeah.
when people come through here and then they go to 31. The problem is 31 will be the same as 65 and there's nowhere to go.
Yep.
So eventually, it will become gridlocked and clogged and there's nowhere to go. So, if you have a golf cart, that'd be your best friend that weekend, I got a feeling, so.
Yep.
Bike, anything other than a car, so.
Yeah, if the weather's good.
I'll give you a way more detail at the next meeting, because we'll be, held just a couple of weeks away at the next meeting, so.
Yeah.
Okay. The balloon rides.
That's the contract I got yesterday, and I added to make sure we had time to do it today. Any contract like this, we have Lynn look over because of all the legalities and those kind of things, especially something like this. She did go through and we asked this company to make some changes. They did. She had them change a little bit of their insurance, which they did. And this is being paid for by a grant from Festival Country. So
Where do they get all their money?
it's from a hotel tax in the county. So yeah, that's where the funding for Festival Country comes from. Is
I think so.
I can't remember what the percentage is now, but it's everybody that stays in hotels in Johnson County
Okay.
fund it. In my understanding, it's well over $1 million.
So I move that we ratify the contract with Midwest Balloon for the Eclipse Festival.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. All those in favor? Aye.
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 So moved. Department reports?
I know Courtney did a good job getting all these on here today. Couple things about, so we're going to start showing you some more statistics stuff. You may be interested, you may not be. You can look at it anytime you want, but about how we're doing social media wise, because that's really our main marketing, way to do things now. So she has that stuff on there for you to see. We've gotten some lifeguard classes and swim lessons starting up, and one of the things I wanted to tell you is that we had to raise the fee for Kickapoo this year, which I believe we talked about months ago. We were worried about it not filling up. It filled up in 19 or 20 minutes. I can't believe which one it was, but 150 people. And then I believe we have 20 or 30 people on a waiting list. So the other thing we haven't talked much about, but we're redoing the community garden plots. They're over off of South Main Street across from the prosecutor's office. We're trying to, we are having some raised beds made to make it a little bit nicer. And we're also going to partner with the Interchurch Food Pantry. They're going to take half the plots, and we're going to take half the plots, and they're going to use the produce from the garden at the food pantry,
Good.
which is a cool little partnership. So,
Very.
and the other thing I was going to highlight to you is that you probably saw this on our social media page, but we got the list of the bands for 2024. And hopefully you can make them.
We were banned for 4th of July.
Mm-hmm.
It's a catch.
Yep.
Are we still needing sponsorships?
Absolutely.
Silly question, I guess.
Yep. She's probably going to put them as we get more of them on. She'll list them. I think, and of course, this is no different than any other thing. That first year it was really easy. Second year not so easy. Third year it's tough. Which is one of the things that our new marketing coordinator will help us do. Is they're going to be with Holly selling sponsorships. So.
Financial reports.
This is the athletic and recreation one. Brooke will be proud of me. I did my homework right before I got here. The first page is this year, the second page is last year, because that way you can at least have some comparison. This is the athletic and recreation fund. So what I just showed you on the credit cards and the online stuff, this is the real world numbers now. If you'll look at just a couple highlights, if you look at other rentals, which is about, I don't know, a little bit more than halfway down. In January, it was 10,000, and we're at 6,300 so far. If you compare those to last year, it was 3,900 versus 10,000, and 5,000 versus 6,300. The result of that is that online is the convenience of you being able to go online and reserve a facility now. Same thing with some of our membership numbers. A lot of people are buying memberships online now, which is a good thing. So, I guess the moral of the story is that we're doing really well, being 45 days in. So,
Yeah.
What's been happening at the amphitheater for $30,000?
yeah, it was the $25,000 sponsorship from Drive Hubler.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I like you're asking those questions though, because it should stick out at you this time of year.
Is Kickapoo a cash cow for us, or do we pay it out in teaching?
Normally, it does make more than it takes to run, except for last year, because we gave those raises. It actually lost money last year. Typically, it will make sometimes upwards of 30,000 a year. Yeah, but the majority of that is like counselors. Yeah, you're right.
Supplies.
I believe the projected revenue for that program this year is about 230,000. I believe, based on the fee.
And which staff member's in charge of it?
Courtney
Okay.
and Holly. And on the other financial reports, we don't have yet from the clerk treasurer's office. I know they're working on them, so.
Yeah, they're trying to close out year end.
Yeah. But we're doing good on, I can tell you, because from what we know, from our end, we're doing really good compared to last year, so.
Park and cemetery appropriation funds.
Those are the ones we don't have.
Okay.
But for this time of year, they're again we know what we've spent in January and February so far, and they're pretty typical from what we normally do. We haven't bought anything that is out of the ordinary, I don't think, so, out of those accounts.
How's the columbarium going?
It's still going. I did think about it the other day. It's probably, I don't know, June, I think, is when it's supposed to be done. We got a lot of work to do between now and June, though, because we have to build the foundation. We have to have somebody come and do the foundation and all kinds of stuff, so. Once the weather breaks, I think you'll see us start to do that kind of stuff. But it's coming.
Yep.
Which also means within the next meeting or two, we'll have to establish the price of that kind of stuff too at this meeting. I might bring that to you next month, and we'll approve it in April, and by the time it's here, it's ready to go then. The reason I'm glad you reminded me of that, because Stu did have a discussion with me that people are already interested in pre-buying them.
Yeah.
He's already had questions about it. So, yeah, I guess the quicker we can do that, I don't know why we couldn't do that, so.
Yeah.
Maybe do some benchmarking of.
Yeah.
Grace has one. I don't know how much they charge per body.
Drawer.
Is there another one in town?
Not that I know of.
Is the one on 135, do they have one?
They do. That is another place in the county that has one. The monument company that we bought it from gave us a lot of comparisons of other people too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we have kind of at least a
Ballpark.
start, yeah.
Okay. Any other comments from the board? Hearing none, I move we adjourn.
Second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So we don't need to sign this?
No, I already signed it.
That's what I thought.